Action.
Hi there, it's Leanne from Stonehouse History. We're gearing up for Fort Loudon's Market Fair, and as we're getting ready and packing things, it dawned on us that last year was really hot, and we thought that we should pass along some of our tips that we do for packing out for events, regardless of the length of the event, just because they're quite helpful hints and tips, and they're really good for both living historians and visitors to sites. They are things that Jay and I have figured out over the 17 years of us doing reenacting, and it's important that we want to make sure that all of our friends stay healthy and happy so they can continue coming to sites and enjoying them. So obviously the first thing that we're going to talk about is making sure that you have plenty of water. Jay and I always carry at least a gallon. When that jug gets empty, we find potable water and fill it up, whether it's from a bathroom tap sink or a kitchen sink or even just a garden hose that we know is potable. Having access to plenty of water is really important. If it's multiple day events, we'll pack multiple gallon jugs and we just fill them up as needed. If you are kind of like me and you don't really like the flavor of plain water, drinking something like Switchel, which we have, I actually have a brand that we get. I don't have to make it myself, or you can, or Gatorade. If you're not a Gatorade fan, even Pedialyte. Having something there is really important. We have found that when we take Gatorades, I always take it in bulk quantities, and I always ask my friends when they come through camp, have you had enough to drink today? Would you like a Gatorade? Would you like a water? Because it's important to stay hydrated. Gatorade, Pedialyte, and Switchel, along with some of the snacks that we'll talk about, have electrolytes in them and salt, and that helps you to retain water as well as to keep sure that you don't overheat and lose too much when you're sweating everything out. Some of the snacks that Jay and I pack almost consistently are pickles or olives. I am not personally an olive fan, but they do have salt content in them, so I always pack them for Jay. We also take pickles. My favorite brand is Clausen's. You can see we carry large boxes worth of them. We don't get the little jars because we tend to eat them all. Once the pickles are gone though, you can drink the juice. If you're not a pickle fan, because I know not everybody is, having just plain cucumbers that you can slice and eat are perfectly fine because they have the water content and they have the salt as well. That helps to keep your body hydrated and going on those really hot days. One of my favorite snacks though is watermelon because it's sweet, it's fruity. You don't feel like you're eating a whole lot, but you actually are getting quite a bit of nutrients from it, and it's another one of those like primarily water sources. So you are staying hydrated without drinking a lot of water. Some of the tips that we have learned, we always keep our mugs with us. You'll see that they're almost always full, whether it's coffee first thing in the morning or switching to tea or water or anything else in the afternoons. We always have at least a pitcher or a mug for each of us. You'll see here in the back we have a nice big pitcher, and it's one that I usually take to larger events. If we're not taking for a multi-day event, I'll take a smaller pitcher, and even if I don't have time to pack a full pitcher, which might hold anywhere from a quart to a gallon of water, I will take an extra mug. That way we always have something ready access for us. I'm not digging in my cooler while I'm supposed to be with public. I still have access to what I need quickly, especially if somebody is coming over and they're saying that they're hot and they need something to drink. This tip is actually something that was handed down to me from somebody who's not in living history, and these are called chili pads. They're by Frog Tog. They come in all sorts of different brands and different sizes and different colors, but they're basically just a fabric cloth. It's not cotton, it's completely synthetic. It's kind of like a chamois for washing your car, but they come in different sizes, and you simply keep them cool, damp, and you can drape them around your neck. You can put them across your head, you can just wipe your face, you can give yourself a nice cooling off with these. They come in sizes from like almost 2 feet by a foot all the way down to like kid sizes, which are just big enough to wrap around your wrist. They come in different colors like bright lime green and dark blue, but last year I was able to secure a whole bunch of them in white. The best thing about these is that this is not something that you have to worry about sharing with anybody else. So if somebody comes over to you or you see somebody that's kind of hot and overwhelmed or not completely there because they're starting to get those heat exhaustion vibes, you can take it and dip it in nice cold water and cool them off, and you don't have to worry about them drinking out of your cup or eating out of your fork and spoon because, you know, germs are things. But this is something that's just nice and easy, and it's something that can definitely save your life. Again, Jay and I just really appreciate going out to sites. We want to see everybody. We've seen too many of our friends fall out at events and see public fallout. So it's our job to make sure that everybody understands and has the knowledge that we have.